Once you're signed in and you get to your first board, the first thing I would suggest you do is go up and rename your board. And I'm going to choose the name punctuation, and I'm going to save that. So that changes the name of my board. So the board name is shown here. On the left is the name of your team, and on the right this shows you that the board is currently private, and this will change when you change it to a public or shared board. Now you may see a pink triangle help bot which gives you a short 3-step tutorial in getting started, but you can delete that if you want to. Now, one of the ways that you can use Sketchboard is to create a flowchart. This option is not always possible in other mind mapping tools because there are no directional arrows available. Now they're not as flexible in the ways that connecting lines can be drawn on your board. Now examples of flowcharts can be found in the Sketchboard gallery, but I'm going to create one here based on a discovery which I found online. Now the first thing to do is to add a shape. Now shapes can be added in two ways. You can either drag and drop shapes from the library, which is on the right hand side, or you can double click on an empty box on the board. So if you double click on the box and then you hover over the toolbox, this will bring up more options, and as you can see it's quite an extensive range of shapes that you can find. You can also scroll by clicking on the drag option on the right hand side of the toolbox. So I'm going to choose a simple rectangle shape here, and I'm going to type some text in there. I'm then going to change the text size, increase that. I'm going to drag and change the size of my rectangle, and then I'm going to change the color, which I can do here. I'm going to click outside the box, and I've got my first box, which I can now drag around my board wherever I want by left click on the mouse and moving that around the screen. So that's my starting point. Once I've got my first shape, I can drag from that an arrow out to my next box, and I can then select automatically another box, and I'm going to choose another rectangle shape, and I'm going to type in some text here. So that's my next text box. Again, I'm going to change the color of that. I'm going to make that a blue. So if it's a question in my flowchart, I'm going to make it a blue color, and I can again drag that around the screen if I want to. And then notice as I drag that around, it stays connected to the first box. Okay, let's add a new box in here, and this time I'm going to choose a different shape from the toolbox, and I'm going to choose a hexagon now. Again, I can position that on the screen, and I can type in here. Okay, once I've got my text, if I return, that will need some formatting, so I'm going to drag my rectangle. I'm going to edit my text so it looks neater, and that will be positioned there. I'm going to change the color. Now I'm going to make answers to questions. I'm going to make them, let's say this color here. No, let's this color here. Now once I've got my box there, I can drag to that box by drawing a line there. Now if you just draw a line, a connecting line, but you want to change that to an arrow, if you left click on that, it will bring up some options here to add or change that line into an arrow. So I'm going to choose that one there. I can also change the size or width of that arrow just here. I'm going to choose that. Okay, from this box, this question box, I'm going to add a couple more options. So I'm going to add another answer box, so that's again going to be green. So it's going to be a hexagon, which I'm going to change the color. I'm going to select that color. I'm going to change the text to 12, 14. And in fact, I'm going to change all of my text size to 14. Okay, I'm going to drag from here over to another one and give my third hexagonal answer box. Again, I'm going to change the color. Now I'm going to double click this time and I'm going to choose a rectangle box like that, and I'm going to type in here change an answer. This is an answer to a question, so I'm going to make that a different color. I'm going to make that yellow, and I'm just going to change my text size, and I'm going to click outside the box, and that gives me a yellow answer box, which I can then connect to this like so. Right, now I'm going to add a box by going over to my library, and from my general tab I'm going to drag a rectangle over, so that's another way you can add a box. And I'll type in a new question, and I'm going to double click this time, and I'm going to choose a rectangle for another question box. So what I'm doing is I'm making my boxes color coded, so if they're a blue box they're a question, if they're a green they're a not possible answer, and if they're a yellow box they're a final solution. Now if I want to zoom in or zoom out, I can do that by scrolling on my mouse, or I could use the zoom tool, which is on the left hand side of the screen up here, and I can drag using the hand tool as well to move my flowchart around the screen. So that's the basic procedure for adding shapes. Okay, I've jumped ahead here, and I'm now going to show a couple more things. One thing is you can copy and paste anything. So if you copy and paste a hexagon, for example, you can drag that over, copy and paste this, and I can drag that over. And you can actually copy and paste arrows too. Not only that, but when you drag an arrow over and attach it to a box, it will automatically connect in that way. And you can drag it around as well, like so. I can do the same again here. Copy, and I'm dragging over the arrow, and it's just takes a little bit of clicking, a little bit of working out, and there we go, and now it's connected. So that's a lovely little feature. Okay, I've just jumped again and I've added some more boxes. I've added some more yes and no boxes down below another blue question box. I'm going to copy and paste an arrow here. Now one thing about arrows is, as well as attaching them to boxes, you can drag and format them, shape them so they look nicer on the screen. It takes a little bit of playing around, but there's lots of options with not only with shapes, text boxes, but also with the arrows. And you have lots of flexibility in how you can move them around the screen. I'm going to copy and paste this one. I'm going to drag and attach it to that box there, like that. That's one of the things I really love about this tool, is the flexibility. You can copy and paste. I'm going to copy and paste this box because I want another solution box, a yellow solution box. I'm going to attach that. Again, it takes a little bit of attaching. There we go. Now that's attached, and attached to this box here, like so. And I'm going to edit that. Okay, so I've added some text in that final solution box there. I'm going to copy, paste, and add something here. Okay, and I've realised that this arrow shouldn't be coming off there, it should be coming off here, because I've got this question should have a yes or no. I'm going to copy a yes over here. Okay, and I've jumped again and I've added a couple more boxes, a couple of final solution boxes down here, and I've dragged this over to here because the answer for these two is the same. Up to here. Okay, a couple more hexagons, one yes and one no. Let's put them no to the top and yes below. Two arrows coming from here. Okay, going to continue by copying this one over here, another final solution box which goes here, like so, and a yes box here, like so, and a final solution box up here. And finally two boxes here. And one and finally we need to copy a no apostrophe yellow solution box, and that is to go just there, like so, and we're done.